When we came back, we had 2 houses in our yard that weren't there when I left. And we came back right before daylight. My friends and my daughter went over to see if anyone in the house needed help, and there were people trapped in the house.
Can you tell me what was your experience the night of the flooding?
I woke up around midnight and I was watching the weather on the television and watching for the alerts and the radar, and saw it coming. And we've had floods here before, but nothing has ever come up more than halfway up the yard. And so I was watching the water levels, and around 2 or in the morning or so, I noticed it was about halfway up. And at that point, I got my pets in carriers, and I had an emergency. I had a go bag. I have an emergency go bag, and I packed a few more things and loaded my car. And as I saw it continue to come up, about 2 or 3 in the morning, I woke up my daughter, and we've got both of our animals and emergency stuff out. And at that point, the water started, it was up here, and it started crossing my driveway to where I couldn't drive out of my driveway. So we crossed the yard into the next door neighbor's driveway, which is my rental house, and got out and went up the hill to a friend's house that lives at the top of the hill over here. So, and we stayed there until daylight, so we were safe.
Good. I'm so happy you guys were able
Yeah.
to get out in time.
Yeah.
What was your reaction then when you came back?
When we came back, we had 2 houses in our yard that weren't there when I left. And we came back right before daylight, and we saw that my friends and my daughter went over to see if anyone in the house needed help, and there were people trapped in the house. So they helped them get out. And my brother had built this deck on the front of my house, and one of the young ladies that lived in the first house to hit got the house broken in half, and she got thrown out, and she grabbed one of those pillars on my porch, and it saved her life. So I thank my brother for overbuilding my porch.
Yeah. So she was holding on to the pillar as
to keep
the
from getting,
waters.
yeah, it kept her from getting washed down the creek. So
That is so terrifying.
yeah, but she's fine. She's okay. They all got out safely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. And I mean, what's next?
I don't know. I don't know what services are available. I hope to find that out soon, in the next few days. Right now, we're prioritizing emptying my house before the mold sets in, because it's totaled, and salvaging what we can and go from there.
Yeah.
And I have a temporary place to stay. So
I know this community, as I was reading up on it, very tight-knit, right? Kind of everyone knows everyone. So can you kind of speak to just the tragedy that's happened to your neighborhood?
You know, I don't know everyone closely, but we kind of bond when things like this happen. But I think, you know, several people have lost their homes. Thankfully, to my knowledge, no one's lost their life. That's the most important thing. Yeah. So I think people have been showing up and saying, how can I help? So it's really a fine thing to see people coming together and helping.
Good. And so I know your husband was working on some machinery over here.
Yeah.
What's your reaction to these heavy pieces of metal that weigh thousands of pounds getting moved?
Going down there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just insane. The power of water is just amazing, you know, and we can't take it for granted, you know. So.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to include just about your experience with all of this?
No, I'm just thankful we're alive, and I know it will sink in over time. But right now, I'm just thankful that everyone's okay. Yeah. And the rest, you know, things can be replaced, but lives can't. So I'm just thankful.
Yeah.
And I feel for the people who've lost ones. So, you know, I really feel for them.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and get the latest news by downloading the CBS Austin News app.